The order was simple: attack the human. 12 alien cubs, trained from birth to kill, advanced across the black arena floor. Their instructors watched from above, eager to see the Earth captain torn apart. But when the command echoed, "Strike!" something impossible happened. The cubs didn't attack. They turned and surrounded the human instead, claws raised, not against her, but against their own teachers. In that moment, a single act of defiance changed the fate of two species and redefined what strength truly meant. If that opening gave you chills, you're exactly where you should be. Welcome to another human dominance HFY story, where courage, empathy, and raw defiance collide among the stars. Before we dive deeper into this shocking test of loyalty and evolution, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this story with someone who still believes humans are just prey. Ready? Let's begin. The training arena was vast, a cathedral of metal and silence. Captain Arwin's footsteps rang like distant thunder as she entered, her reflection rippling across the obsidian floor. Above her, behind armored glass, alien instructors watched with their many glittering eyes. They weren't just curious, they were hungry. 3 months she'd lived among them, the Vrexians, a species that measured worth through blood and survival. Humanity's presence in their academy was supposed to be symbolic, but today, symbolism ended. "Captain Arwin of Earth," the lead instructor's voice boomed from the observation deck. "You seek recognition among warrior races. Prove your worth. Survive." 12 young Vrexian cubs emerged from the misted edge of the arena. Their scales shimmered like liquid stone. They were barely adolescents, yet every claw, every movement screamed predator. Arwin knew the rules. She couldn't fight back. Striking a cub meant death, not just hers, but humanity's acceptance. So she stood still, unarmed, heart steady. This wasn't about strength. It was about what kind of strength mattered. Above her, the alien eyes narrowed. Below them, the cubs began to circle. And the test, the one that could define humanity's place among the stars, began. The air trembled with the growl of the command. "Attack!" The word cracked through the arena like a thunderclap. 12 cubs flinched, then moved, their instincts screaming for the hunt. Their claws clicked against the floor in unison, tails slicing through the air. From above, the instructors leaned forward, eager. Arwin didn't move. She simply lowered her hands, palms open, her eyes calm. She could feel the vibration of their steps through her boots, feel their hunger, their hesitation. They'd been trained to kill without question, but training wasn't the same as belief. Karu, the smallest of them, slowed first. His slit-pupiled eyes flickered with something alien, and yet painfully familiar. Doubt. He remembered how she'd brought them water when their drills left them collapsing from exhaustion. He remembered her laugh, the way she told stories of old Earth predators, the tigers, the wolves, and how humanity learned to live with them, not above them. "Attack!" the instructor bellowed again, his voice rising to a snarl. But now, only half the cubs moved. The others hesitated, glancing between Arwin and their leader. The human didn't raise a weapon, didn't even speak. Yet somehow the battlefield had already begun to turn, without a single strike. The next instant stretched forever. 12 bodies moved as one, but not in the way anyone expected. Instead of pouncing, the cubs spun outward, forming a tight ring around Captain Arwin. Their scaled backs faced her, their claws pointed upward, toward the observation deck where their instructors loomed. For a moment, no one breathed. Then chaos erupted. Sirens blared, commands overlapped in the speakers. "Obey the order! Attack the prey! Cubs, this is treason!" But the cubs didn't move, their tails interlocked in the dust. They stood shoulder to shoulder, shielding the human who had once offered them kindness instead of fear. At the front of the circle, Karu raised his head, eyes locked on the instructors above. His voice cracked through the noise. "No." The sound was small, but it carried. Arwin stood frozen behind them, disbelief tightening her throat. These young warriors were risking everything, their training, their futures, even their lives, to protect her. The instructors shouted again, furious, "You dishonor your bloodline! Attack or be cast out forever!" Karu's claws dug into the floor. His reply was soft, but it silenced the chamber. "She is not prey. She is human." And with that single declaration, an empire's oldest code began to break. The arena pulsed with fury and disbelief. The lead instructor, Vector, slammed his clawed fist against the glass. "You dare defy command? You shame your ancestors!" His voice echoed, half snarl, half wound. But Karu didn't flinch. His voice, though young, carried the weight of truth. "You taught us that a warrior faces death with honor," he said. "She came here unarmed, knowing she could die. She didn't beg. She didn't flee. Is that weakness?" Murmurs rippled through the watching ranks. Even the other instructors hesitated. Another cub, Vasra, spoke next. "She brought us water when no one else did. She stood with us when we were weak. She fought no battle, and yet she won our respect." Vector's tail lashed in rage. "You protect prey." Karu met his gaze. "No, we protect honor. She showed us what your lessons never did. That strength isn't just claws and killing. It's knowing when to fight and when to protect." The words hung like a blade between them. Then, slowly, the great doors at the top of the arena opened. Vector descended, each step echoing like thunder. Arwin held her breath. She expected punishment. Instead, the unthinkable happened. The old warrior bowed his head and exposed his throat. For a heartbeat, no one moved. Vector's bowed head shimmered beneath the arena lights, a gesture of submission no Vrexian instructor had made in centuries. His voice came low, gravel thick with pride and shame. "You pass, Captain Arwin," he said. "Not because you survived, but because you taught." Arwin stared, stunned. Around her, the cubs lowered their claws, their protective circle softening into reverence. The silence that followed felt holy. Vector turned his gaze toward his students. "And you, cubs," he rumbled, "have shown this old soldier that evolution is not weakness. You have chosen to protect rather than destroy. That is not defiance. It is growth." Karu stepped forward, his eyes gleaming. "She taught us that true warriors know when to strike and when to shield." One by one, the cubs touched Arwin's shoulder, not as attackers, but as equals. Each touch was a promise, each gesture a bridge between species. As Arwin walked toward the exit, Karu's voice followed her awfully. "Thank you for showing us what humans really are. Not prey, not conquerors, protectors." Later, when the Galactic Council honored Earth, they called this moment the Turning. Because that day, 12 alien cubs learned what humanity truly meant.